A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. Hawaii voters will be among the last in the nation to cast their ballots on Election Day, November 5th, as they prepare to weigh in on pivotal races at both the federal and state levels. The stakes are high as residents of the Aloha State will make their voices heard in the race for the presidency, U.S. Senate, U.S. House of Representatives, and both chambers of the state legislature. The presidential race features Democratic Vice President Kamala Harris, Republican former President Donald Trump, and 4 third-party candidates, all vying for Hawaii's 4 electoral votes. Historically, Hawaii has leaned heavily Democratic, having supported only 2 Republican presidential nominees since it became a state in 1959, Richard Nixon in 1972 and Ronald Reagan in 1984. In the last 2 presidential elections, Democrats Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton garnered over 60% of the vote, while Hawaii-born Barack Obama received more than 70% in both of his successful campaigns. In the race for the U.S. Senate, Democratic incumbent Mazie Hirono is seeking a 3rd term against Republican Bob McDermott and 2 other candidates. Hirono previously won re-election with a commanding 71% of the vote in 2018, while McDermott, a former state representative, faced a significant defeat 2 years ago against Democrat Brian Schatz by a staggering 44-point margin. Notably, Hiram Fong, the only Republican to represent Hawaii in the Senate, left office in 1977. The state's 2 U.S. House races will see Democratic incumbent Ed Case aiming for a 6th term in Hawaii's 1st congressional district, which includes urban Honolulu, against Republican Patrick Largey. In the 2nd congressional district, Democratic Representative Jill Takuta will face Republican Steve Bond and 2 other candidates as she seeks a 2nd term. Additionally, voters will have the opportunity to decide on 2 statewide ballot measures and elect members to the state legislature, where half of the 25 state Senate seats and all 51 state House seats are up for grabs. Currently, Democrats hold supermajorities in both chambers. Elections in Hawaii are predominantly conducted by mail, a practice instituted in 2019, allowing voters a convenient way to participate in the democratic process. As the clock ticks down to Election Day, voters can expect a flurry of activity as results begin to roll in. The first votes are projected to be reported shortly after midnight ET on November 5th, with Hawaii's electoral votes crucial to both major parties. In a broader context, the national landscape is also heating up as Indiana prepares for its own significant elections. Democratic Vice President Kamala Harris and Republican former President Donald Trump will compete for Indiana's 11 electoral votes, alongside a host of other federal and state races. With no incumbents running for governor or U.S. senator, the stakes are high for both parties. Historically, Republicans have dominated Indiana, winning 13 of the last 14 presidential elections. The state has not seen a competitive presidential race since Barack Obama's victory in 2008. The upcoming election will also mark the first general election under new voter ID laws in Indiana, which have raised concerns about access to the ballot box. As the election approaches, attention will also turn to Iowa, where competitive U.S. House contests could determine control of the chamber. Iowa has a rich history as a presidential battleground, but this year, the focus may shift to state legislative races that could grant Republicans a veto-proof supermajority. Voters will also consider statewide ballot measures, including one that would require citizenship to vote. The political landscape in Iowa has shifted significantly in recent years, with Republicans holding all congressional seats and the governorship. With the election just around the corner, candidates are ramping up their efforts to connect with voters and secure their support. As Election Day approaches, the eyes of the nation will be on Hawaii, Indiana, and Iowa, where voters will play a critical role in shaping the future of American politics. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.